Hi, hello. Welcome to the OncoBuddy podcast, your go to source for cancer care. I'm your host, Miss Gayatri from 4 Base Care. The OncoBuddy podcast is a space where we explore the human side of cancer, the fears, the trims, the uncertainties, and the joys. Whether you're a patient, a caregiver, a healthcare professional, or simply someone curious about cancer, this podcast is for you. In each episode, we are driving into different aspects of the cancer journey. I invite you to join me on this podcast. Subscribe to the OncoBuddy podcast and let's walk this path together. And today, we have another interesting episode focusing on revealing the facts behind some onco diet myths and start focusing on answering our patients' queries. Joining us is Sharmela, Senior Onco Dietitian at 4 Base Care. Welcome to the podcast, Dietitian Sharmila.
Thank you so much, Miss Gayatri. It's a pleasure to be here.
There are countless myths and misconceptions surrounding the diet and cancer, from sugar feeds cancer to the belief that all supplements are beneficial. And separating fact from fiction is very crucial. So, let's tackle some of these myths head on. First and foremost, what is your idea on sugar feeds cancer cells?
Relationship between sugar and cancer is a topic that has great attention and it's a debate. Let's understand this complex relationship first. These cancer cells have a unique metabolic preference, means they consume glucose at a higher rate than normal cells. High sugar intake can lead to increased insulin and insulin like growth factor levels in the body, where both insulin and insulin like growth factors can promote cell growth, which can potentially fuel the cancer growth. Sugar consumption can also lead to chronic low grade inflammation in the body, which creates an environment favored to cancer development and progression. Excessive sugar intake can lead to oxidative stress, an imbalance between the production of free radicals and the body's ability to neutralize them. Oxidative stress can damage DNA, proteins, and lipids, potentially leading to mutations that contribute to cancer development. High sugar diets are often associated with obesity, which is a known risk factor for several types of cancer. High sugar intake may suppress immune function, impairing the body's ability to detect and eliminate the cancer cells. This can create an environment where cancer cells can thrive unchecked. However, it is important to note that while there is evidence suggesting a link between sugar and cancer, the relationship is complex and not fully understood. Cancer development and progression involve a multitude of factors beyond just sugar intake, including genetics, environmental exposures, lifestyle factors, and many more. Moreover, not all sugars are created equal. While excessive consumption of refined sugars found in processed foods and sugary beverages may pose health risks actually. Naturally occurring sugars in the whole foods like fruits and vegetables come packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that offer protective benefits against cancer. I have seen patients avoiding fruits because of the sugar content, which is not at all necessary. While reducing sugar intake and maintaining a balanced diet may contribute to overall health and potentially reduce the risk in cancer.
So basically, simple refined sugar does impact the cancer growth, and patients must make sure that they stay away from it. To be frank, as a non vegetarian myself, I really want to know about this myth too that, cancer patients should only eat vegetarian or vegan based foods. What is your take on this? Is it like really true?
Very good question, Gayatri. The idea that cancer patients should only eat vegetarian or vegan based foods alone is actually not universally supported by scientific evidences. While plant based diets can offer numerous health benefits, including a lower risk of certain types of cancer and improved overall health, it's important to approach dietary recommendations for cancer patients on an individual basis. Cancer and its treatment can significantly impact a patient's nutritional needs. Some cancer treatments may cause side effects such as nausea, taste changes, and difficulty swallowing, which can affect the dietary intake. It's essential for cancer patients to consume a well balanced diet that provides adequate calories, proteins, vitamins, and minerals to support their overall health and recovery. Dietary preferences and tolerances actually vary among individuals. While some cancer patients may thrive on vegetarian or vegan diet, others may find it challenging to meet their nutritional needs without including animal based foods. I do consider each patient's unique dietary preferences, cultural background, and food tolerances when making the dietary recommendations. A vegetarian or vegan diet can be helpful if it includes a variety of nutrient dense plant foods such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. However, it's essential to ensure that the diet is well balanced and provides all the essential nutrients required for optimal health, including protein, iron, calcium, vitamin B12, omega 3 fatty acids, and others. In some cases, cancer patients may require supplementation to meet their nutritional needs adequately. For example, some individuals may need vitamin B12 supplements if they follow a strict vegan diet, as vitamin B12 is primarily found in animal products. Additionally, cancer patients undergoing certain treatments may require specific supplements to maintain side effects, support their immune system. So, what I mean is, cancer patients should work closely with dietitians about their dietary choices. While plant based diet can be part of a healthy eating pattern for some cancer patients, there is no one size fits all approach. Dietary recommendations should be individualized based on factors such as nutritional needs, preferences, tolerances, and overall health status. And personally, I do not encourage any non vegetarians shifting towards veganism, for which it may lead to nutritional deficiencies.
Well, we got a very clear answer for the myth. Whatever food habit you choose to follow, choose wisely, my dear patients. So now, it's summertime and with the temperature hiking up, is it true that we can drink a lot of water no matter what the circumstances and that it's always better? So, what I mean to ask is, can you shower some knowledge on this and what is the right amount of water cancer patients need to consume?
Fluid requirements for cancer patients during the summer, as with anyone else, depends on various factors such as age, weight, activity level, overall health, and treatment status. However, there are some general guidelines that can help cancer patients stay hydrated during the warmer months. So, what I would like to tell to the caregivers is, ensure that the cancer patient do drink water regularly throughout the day, even if they don't feel thirsty, because water is essential for hydration and helps regulate the body's temperature. Keep track of fluid intake to ensure that cancer patients are meeting their hydration needs. This can be particularly important for cancer patients experiencing side effects such as vomiting, diarrhea, or excessive sweating, which can lead to fluid loss. In addition to drinking water, encourage them to consume hydrating foods such as fruits like watermelon, strawberries, oranges, and vegetables like cucumbers, tomatoes. Soups and broth based dishes also will help. Caffeine and alcohol can have diuretic effects, increasing the fluid loss through urine. So, encourage them to limit their intake of caffeinated and alcoholic beverages, especially in hot weather. Advise them to stay indoors during the hottest part of the day and to use fans, air conditioning, or cooling devices to stay cool. They should always wear lightweight, breathable clothing and seek shade when outdoors. In case of excessive sweating or prolonged outdoor activity, cancer patients may need to replace electrolytes lost through the sweat. This can be achieved by consuming electrolyte rich drinks or fruits such as sports drinks or electrolyte drinks or tender coconut water. Cancer patients undergoing treatment should consult their healthcare providers if they have specific medical conditions or if they are taking medications that are affecting their hydration status. It's essential for them to prioritize hydration, particularly during the summer months when the risk of dehydration is higher due to the increased temperature and outdoor activities. By staying mindful on their fluid intake, Cancer patients can help maintain their overall health and well being during the summer. And for our listeners, let me give you a basic fluid requirement calculation. When it comes to basal fluid requirement, it represents the amount of fluid needed to maintain basic body function at rest. For adults, it is 30 to 35 milliliters per kilogram of body weight. For example, for a 70 kilogram adult, the basal fluid requirement would be 30 into 70, means 2100 ml per day. So modify the basal requirement based on few criteria like individual's activity level and fluid losses. For cancer patients, if this may depend actually on their overall energy expenditure, physical activity, and also on additional fluid losses due to treatments like chemotherapy or radiation therapy. And we must also consider the fluid losses because of the factors such as vomiting, diarrhea, fever, excessive sweating, or drainage from wounds or drains. These losses should be replaced to maintain the hydration. So, keeping track of the patient's fluid intake and output to ensure that they are adequately hydrated is important. This may involve measuring the urine output, assessing the signs of dehydration like dark urine or dry mouth, and also adjusting the fluid intake accordingly as per the needs. Also, factors such as age, body composition, renal function means the kidney function, and environmental conditions can all influence the fluid requirements.
Okay, we got to know about water consumption and its facts, and also about how much fluid is good enough for the better outcome of treatment and its calculations too. We also have a video on the YouTube channel, and that too a very informative one. Now, moving on to another myth, they say eating large meals will always boost our energy levels. Now, speaking about myself, I eat 3 meals a day. But for cancer patients, it may vary, right? So, what would you suggest? Is it really good to eat a large meal, or how the cancer patient should take their meal?
Small frequent meals are the best. It helps cancer patients meet their dietary needs despite the treatment related changes like nausea and appetite loss. We have to reduce the risk of malnutrition by providing a steady intake of nutrients essential for energy and immune function. Eating smaller meals throughout the day will actually help in stabilizing the blood sugar levels, preventing the energy crashes. Smaller meals are also easier to digest and reducing the symptoms like bloating and indigestion. Including hydrating foods in small frequent meals can actually help cancer patients stay adequately hydrated, vital for overall health during the treatment. Adding a mid morning fruit bowl, a solid and liquid evening snacks along with the main meal pattern could actually help. So, instead of 3 large meals, patients can actually prefer 6 to 7 small meals a day.
Now that we've cleared up some misconceptions about large meals and the benefits of small frequent meals, before we wrap up, let's address a question from our listener. Remember, if you have a question you'd like to be answered on our podcast, feel free to reach out to us on our OncoBuddy app. So, the question which was most frequently asked by cancer patient is, can I eat outside food even if it is occasionally or very rarely? What would be your advice on this?
My advice would be to try avoiding outside foods 100% during treatment, because as cancer patients actually you have enough to deal with, and do not add on to your problems that will actually affect your food intake and treatment outcome. So very rarely when you are not on treatment, you can make sure that the food is well cooked hygienically and then consume it.
That's a great advice to take home. Thank you so much, Dietitian Sharmila, for sharing your expertise with us today. It's been incredibly insightful.
Thank you so much for having me, Miss Gayatri. It's been a pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to the OncoBuddy podcast. Be sure to subscribe for more informative episodes. To stay more connected with Dietitian Sharmila, download our app from Google Play Store. In OncoBuddy, we have different sections for patients. We have Onco Hub, that is, to get answers to all your questions and concerns from clinical experts. Onco PHR is your personal health record manager, which helps you to manage your medical records digitally very easily. Onco Consult for virtual consultation with treating oncologist, dietitian, and psychologist. Do download our app to explore more. Until next time, take care and stay healthy. Together, we beat cancer.